Hey, welcome to episode 1. We call this Fans of the Order. It's Order 66 Toys. We're an all Star Wars toy store located at 111 South Chestnut in downtown McKinney. That's McKinney, Texas. Again, we specialize in Star Wars toys, collectibles, autographs, anything Star Wars. My name is Jeff.
Josh.
Charlie.
And Josie.
And Jocelyn. That's my granddaughter. So, let's just introduce what we do here. It's kind of off the cuff, I guess, huh? Josh, why don't you tell us about what Order 66 means?
Order 66 was the order that Emperor Palpatine gave to sanitize the galaxy of the Jedi.
Okay, and why is that important?
That's not a question.
It is important. That was basically the birth of Darth Vader, wouldn't you say?
No, it wasn't.
No? Well, elaborate.
We'll go off the script.
We'll go off the script. Okay. Well, basically.
Why did you come up with this idea?
There you go.
We still own this couple stores that are called Epic Toys. Here in McKinney, Texas, we had one of our locations. Somebody came in one day and bought every single thing that we had except for Star Wars. So, me being the merchandising guy that I am, I filled out the store with our back stock, which was also Star Wars. People started coming in, our business started growing exponentially, and here we are 2 years later in a 4,000 square foot store instead of the 600 square foot store that we started with.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Yeah, the original store started off. I'm 51 years old, and the original store started off with just my toys that I had collected from the 60s and 70s. And we knew that they were collectible, we knew they were desirable, but didn't realize how desirable they were. So eventually had an attorney come in who was renovating and redoing his office, and decided that he wanted to pick up a large amount of these toys that we had. And like Josh said, that was basically the birth of Order 66 Toys. He was telling me how all of these good stories always come, or all the good names always come when he's asleep. So I got a phone call, probably in the middle of the night, and Josh goes, hey, Dad, I got the perfect name. I said, okay. He said, Order 66. And I said, that sounds phenomenal. I said, let's go online tomorrow and get it. And that was the birth of Order 66. So, what's new in the store?
Random things. Essentially what it breaks down is every now and again we'll get a large collection that we'll buy from people looking to sell. And that's pretty much how we keep our inventory fluid. But at the same time, got a couple new random things, but nothing noteworthy this time. This is the first one. Everything is new at this point.
Everything is new.
Yes. So we have stuff, lots of it, and a wide variety of stuff.
Well,
Basically, if it's Star Wars, you come in the store, you say, do you have this? Before you even tell us what it is, the answer is yes.
Even if it is one of the harder to find things, we can probably get it fairly quickly.
We keep our inventory, like Charlie said, based on buying secondhand and buying from collectors. We also go out. A big part of our job is hunting stuff down. Go to all the different conventions, all the different toy shows. We've driven as far as South Florida,
yeah, Miami,
to pick up a collection of toys.
I'll give a shout out to our friend Mike Broder with Florida Supercar.
Yeah, go on Facebook like Florida Supercom. And,
We've known Mike for years. He's a phenomenal promoter. He's a good friend, and he's helped us out even back in the day when we had a little convention called at the Epic Comic Con that he wasn't real happy with us that we started, but we bowed down to the greatness of to the Florida Supercon. So that's one of our favorite events.
well, so far this is terrible. So we need to get on track. Talk a little bit about the different types of customers that we have coming in.
Okay. Was that me?
Yes.
We get people all over the world coming here apparently through word of mouth or Facebook or random people talking. We had a couple coming here from Canada last week. We had
People from Germany
Yeah.
that come on an actually pretty regular basis. Once every 3 to 4 months they fly over, and granted they have a little bit of family here, but they buy enough that we have to ship it to them when they get home. So
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you get a family that comes in that barely speaks English, and they tell you that they heard of your store over in Frankfurt or in Montreal or in Nova Scotia or wherever they're at.
apparently
So-
Star Wars and Jedi are the same in any language.
Yeah, it's really fun. It kind of puts a smile on my face when you get to talk to somebody that's from again, say Germany or France, and they're telling you that they heard of your store. So that's pretty amazing.
One of the things that we like to touch on each episode is what's new, what's coming out for Star Wars. One of the things that's coming out soon is called the Black Line. You want to tell us about that, Charlie?
Basically, it's Hasbro's replacement for the vintage line, which was the one that they brought out following 2010 going into 2012. The Black Line, the 3 3/4 inch figures, as well as the new 6 inch figures that are about with 23 to 28 points of articulation, and they're putting a tremendous amount of detail in the figures. The downside for me is the fact that they're releasing the same characters over and over, because everyone needs like 47 different Darth Vaders. But they're also supposed to be bringing in more of the harder to find characters that from the yeah, those will work.
Give it to Charlie.
Close enough. Yeah, this was the vintage line. And then what they did was that they kept the articulation, the detail, and all that stuff that went into it, and they brought it out in what they call the Black Line. And it's the offshoot that's going to also cover the 6 inch figures as well as the 3 3/4 inch figures. They're going to have high levels of detail, all the accuracy coming from the movies and stuff like that. So, in all honesty, it's come a long way since the rather static original ones from 78 going into 85. But the Black Line is due to come out July 7th this year, so relatively a couple weeks from now. But unfortunately, there's about six inch figures that are coming out and about 8 3 3/4 inch. Only one of the ones that's really noteworthy would be like the Vader at the Bespin dinner, right when Han's shooting at him in the hand and then he steals his gun. All the other figures that they're bringing are re-releases or updated versions of things like Ceremonial Luke from at the end of episode 4, and an updated version of, I think, Bespin Leia, which is a re-release of the one that they brought out in the vintage line. Other than that, it'd be kind of interesting to see what they do with it, but since this last year has been very slow with Hasbro, I remain to judge until after their full stuff is out.
one of the another segment that we'll like to touch on each week is called "What's New in the Store." And this, I'll put it over here. This is a Naboo Royal Starship. We actually got a pretty good deal on this. This, how much does this book for?
About 175.
About 175. That's in this type of condition. If it was made a little bit better condition, you could get upwards of 250, 300 for it. We just picked this up in a collection from a private collector. Just came in the store and said, "Hey, I need
Stuff, want it?
I got stuff. Unfortunately, I also have bills." So my wife said this is the first thing to go. So this is complete in the box. A little bit damaged, but
The box is
Box.
damaged. The item itself is actually in pristine condition because of the way Hasbro packed it.
Right.
So, I mean, don't let the box fool you.
Another item that we have in the store that we're basically that's on special this week is going to be our set of headphones. These headphones here. So this is your Rebel Alliance headphones. These are actually Celebration 5 exclusives. So this would have been from the Celebration Star Wars show. 5 was where? 5 was San Diego, or was it in
I think
California?
it's mostly in San Diego.
I think that one was in San Diego.
They're on Celebration 3 in Europe, but that really has no bearing on this.
Great headphones made by a company called Funko, all Star Wars oriented. You've got your Boba Fett, your Rebel Alliance, and your Stormtrooper headphones.
there's also Clone Troopers and Darth Vader
And the Darth
headphones
Vader.
that were actually sold out of already, and they just went on sale yesterday.
Yeah,
They usually book for $29.95. We have them on sale for $19.95 right now.
for $19.95, and they work great with your iPhones. They work great with anything that that you can use headphones with. So they're really kind of cool. So that's our new item of the week. Our vintage item of the week are kind of two different items, and that would be,
Kind of.
well,
It's the same
it's
figure.
it's the same figure, but in two different formats. Probably the most charismatic and most popular character that there is right now is Boba Fett. And
Charismatic is not the word I would
well,
use.
what would you use as a word?
Badass.
Okay, well, badass. How long was he in the film?
Collectively, in both 5 and 6, you're looking at maybe 10 minutes of screen time.
So here's a character that had 10 minutes of screen time.
And 6 lines.
Six
That
lines.
was it.
Actually played by Jeremy Bullock,
Jeremy
right?
Bullock.
And Jeremy Bullock played. He had several other roles, didn't he?
Yeah, he was that Imperial officer that ducks behind Leia when Luke shows up on Bespin, which really is funny. He was also Bail Organa's pilot of his ship at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
So there's a couple of things to look for.
Nice little piece of trivia is what was the first appearance of Boba Fett? And the answer to that is he was in the animated segment of the Star Wars Holiday Special in, was that 1978?
Yeah.
That was the first appearance, and people just loved him, and they had no intentions on putting him in a movie. He was just going to be an extra little villain for the cartoons that they were
Oh,
planning.
he was a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a bounty hunter that was brought in by Jabba, right?
No, by Vader.
By
He ended
Vader.
up being
Okay.
brought in by Vader.
His design was actually meant to be a Super Commandos version of the Stormtrooper, which is why the prototypes are all in white armor.
Well, the two pieces that we have in the store right now. This is an actual Star Wars card and an Empire Strikes Back card. The Star Wars card is important because we talk about the very first appearance. Well, this is Boba Fett's very first toy.
First carded.
First carded toy
His very first toy was a mail away.
was mail. but this would be referred to as a 21 back. And 21 back refers to the number of actual characters that are pictured on the back of the piece. So when this was released, when Star Wars was released, the original 12 figures were released. And then as it picked up a little bit more steam and popularity, more figures were added to the line. So as they expanded the line, the 21st character on a 21 back card would be Boba Fett. Later, as they went to 41 backs, or the 41 back, you have something, the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, and this would be the second, or the second set of figures, or the second time he was released, actually on a carded back.
The difference in price between these are
Literally $2,000.
pretty substantial. To find a Star Wars carded Boba Fett is
Near impossible.
near impossible,
Yeah.
specifically in as nice of condition as that one is. Once again, that's something that we just bought from a private collector. We actually had to travel far to get that one. These are also on sale this week. Come in for pricing if you have any interest in them.
Yeah, they're pretty special. When it comes to carded vintage or the vintage line, and we're referring to 1977, 1978, and then 1980 for the Empire Strikes Back card.
384 for Return of the Jedi.
A little bit later for the Return of the Jedi cards, and we'll have a whole segment on that at some point too. How to date and the different types of card backs. But when it comes to this stuff, this is almost the holy grail. These are the prize items that every collector looks for, and and they're prominent in the store. They are very nice and available to be seen.
Check us out on Facebook. It's Order 66 Toys at Facebook. We also have an eBay account that we just started up.
It's Order 66 Toys, but it's all hyphenated and spelled out. So it's ORD8R, and then hyphen SIXTY hyphen SIX hyphen TOYS at eBay. And you can see a lot of our inventory that we have there on that.
Keep checking in on Facebook for new episodes every week. Thanks for joining us.
Same with Twitter, which is Order 66 Toys with McKinney.
And Twitter.
And thank you.